Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to what is no doubt a very, very special episode of Guapish. As always, I'm your host, Nico, and one of the big reasons as why this marks such a special episode is because I am now officially the person who has appeared the most times on this podcast. Isn't that great, guys? Isn't that fantastic? I love it. You love to see it happen. And today I'm also joined by a couple of boys who appear occasionally. Dylan!
Hey, I've never been introduced second or third. This is great. I've always been introduced last. Feels pretty good.
Oh, I bet it does, Dylan. I bet it does. We'll be sure to make you feel even better later in the episode. And today we are also being joined by Jackson.
When the fuck have you ever not been on an episode of Guapish?
Never.
So, the first two episodes of Guapish I was not on. Because the initial idea of it was that it would be a podcast for Tanner and his brothers to do.
Yeah.
So that they could, catch up and, keep in communication with each other regularly.
I see.
That did not pan out.
Nope. I remember those episodes. I don't think I even watched the second one because they were talking about Godzilla vs. Kong and I didn't want any spoilers. Still have not watched that movie to this day, might I add.
I have also not seen the second one, because, it was a lot of Tanner reading lists, which is a thing that he loves to do when he can't figure out anything else to talk about. It's just fucking boring, and I just can't stand it, dude. I had to put my foot down early on in this podcast to make sure he stopped doing that shit. And dude, guys.
Yeah?
Before I get too far into several tangents here, there's something very important I wanted to bring up in today's episode.
What's up?
Something amazing happened. Now, you see, as I told you yesterday, there was a Pokemon Direct that happened this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I said something to the effect of, it's unlikely that the next generation of Pokemon will be announced tomorrow. However, there are people who have high hopes for it. And sure enough, they did announce it.
Yeah,
How did I not get
I think I've heard the names of the Pokemon already.
How the fuck have I not seen anything about this? There's no way. I've been on Reddit and YouTube all fucking day.
Yeah, so it's Pokemon, I believe, Violet
and
Scarlet, yeah. So Violet and Scarlet. I thought for sure that if we did hear anything about it, we would only get the names of the games. Maybe the legendaries, probably not. However, we got surprisingly a lot of information about them. We got the names, we have the general area this region will be taking places, as well as we got the starter Pokemon, boys. I'm sending them right now. Take a look at those little men.
I love the grass type already. I saw that. That was the first thing I saw. I love that. Yo, what? That's adorable. I love it.
Right? Sprigatito or some shit like that?
That's so good.
Sprigatio? Yeah, dude, it's a little grass cat. It looks great, honestly.
Nico, I know you always say you're going with the fire starter. Are you going to go with the fire starter here again?
Ooh, maybe, dude. Maybe.
Okay.
He seems a little neat, you know. I want to reserve my judgment until we really see their final evolutions. But at the moment, he looks all right, dude. He looks all right.
I love this so much. That is. I love the grass type starter so much. I think I already know who my starter's gonna be when this game comes out, dude. I love it.
Yeah, it's a real cutie. It looks like Litton's stoner girlfriend or some shit like that.
I mean, stoner, I don't know. Girlfriend, I'll take it.
They kind of they do kind of look like they have a weed symbol on their face. I mean, it's just it's supposed to just be like a leaf, I imagine, but I assume they're not gonna take it that way.
Huh.
What's up with the duck having a koi face on its hair?
Right? It's like the Opie symbol, you know?
I guess so.
Exactly.
That's sick. But yeah, I don't know. It's like a little wave or something, I'd imagine.
Oh, the duck's kind of basic, to be completely honest. I like the little dinosaur one. It's kind of cute.
I mean, I like all of them.
That duck does look very basic. I've been thinking about these boys all day, and the duck is the one I constantly forget what it looks like.
Yeah,
it's just so normal.
Generic cartoon duck number 13.
Exactly. It's a blue-footed booby, though, Jackson.
Ah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's why it's got the Opie symbol on its forehead.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna apologize now, just so you might know going into this. I got so excited I accidentally punched my my pop filter, so that might be something.
Why'd you punch the pop filter of all things you could have punched?
I reached my left hand up because I got excited. I almost threw my hands in the air. And upon doing that, I kind of punched the pop filter. It's great, dude. I love this so much. This is amazing.
Wait.
Yeah, dude, fantastic.
Do we know when these games are going to come out?
Yeah, it's later this year.
What?
More than likely November.
How the fuck?
Damn. I got a lot of Pokemon to catch up on.
It's it honestly is a bit of an issue. That's something I want to get into in a little bit here. I still want to talk about like this region a little bit. You know?
Yeah, please
I want to talk about
direct
these
this
boys still. I want to talk about these little men right now. Okay. They just seem great. All right, they seem great.
Yeah.
I'm already making a prediction that like this little duck here, I feel like he's gonna be like an actor or some shit like that, you know, like an actor or musician. He's got those vibes to him.
Yeah,
it's not a great idea to really call any of these shots with only the first stages because they don't. Typically, what they look like in their first stage will have nothing to do with what they end up looking like in their last one.
That's the hope.
You know, let's speculate a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, as for the so here's the thing. It's something I brought up a few times on the channel before, especially in the Pokemon quiz. The idea that all of the fire starters represent a different member of the Zodiac. Mm-hmm. There's a problem here, though.
This one doesn't
This is a crocodile.
It's a lizard.
It's a crocodile, Dylan.
Oh, wait, lizard isn't on the
Pokemon.
Chinese calendar, is it?
No.
Damn, hold on a second. I gotta do some... Oh, I punched the pop filter again!
Damn it, Dylan. I heard it that time, too. So, however... it can still be saved.
Okay.
While things may look dire, we can still be saved because if it turns into a snake, we'll be fine.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing it could be.
On the off chance that it becomes a snake.
I think there's a decent chance. I just really hope they all don't turn bipedal. That shit's pretty annoying. I don't like my starter Pokemon or my big fucking monsters looking kind of humanoid like all the starters last generation did.
That is one thing that I had already seen like a bit of a movement of people being like, I fucking swear if this cat starts to stand on two legs, I'm gonna scream. I just want this sweet little girl to stay on her four legs. Okay,
he's going to ruin it for me if that fucking
Nico.
cat goes bipedal.
What's up, Dylan?
Have we had a dragon-esque Pokemon before as a fire starter?
Charizard.
You're right. Yep, okay, so it has to be a snake. I apologize.
However, Dylan.
Yeah.
There is one other saving grace of it.
What's that?
It's a real technicality, but a male crocodile is in fact called a bull. And a bull is a member of the Zodiac.
What if they've just been doing this completely by accident this entire time?
It might be that. It might... That might be the case.
That would be a really big coincidence. Also, why would it only be the fire types at the same time, though, Jackson?
I don't know. Also, this is completely, not completely unrelated, but mostly unrelated. So I just clicked on the trailer for this, and this is like a gripe with YouTube, because YouTube just recently disabled dislikes. For some fucking reason, they disabled dislikes on this video already, so it says dislikes disabled, like that's not just a global thing on the entirety of YouTube. What? Why does it say dislike disabled? Of course they're disabled. They're always disabled.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Watch this bad boy.
Those dumb fucks, dude. So yeah, if you guys do want to just go ahead and watch that video, there's one other pretty big thing about that trailer that I did want to get into. I guess there are a few things, but like the real main thing is we already basically know where this will be taking place as well. Like what the real world equivalent for this region is going to be.
Is it Japan?
Bulgaria? Bro, I'm dying in suspense, Nico. Come on.
I was just shocked by Dylan's question.
They've always been in Japan.
Four of them have already been in Japan, Dylan.
Well, exactly. 4 of them have already been in Japan. What harm would a 5th one be?
I don't think that they want to chill in Japan anymore. I really think they want to explore the rest of the world.
We need that 50-50 ratio of Japan and everything else.
Well, lay it on us then. Come on. What is it?
It's gonna be Spain.
Spain? Your heritage country?
That's right. It's looking like it's gonna be very inspired by Spain.
I don't know anything about Spain, so I'm not gonna recognize anything in this game.
Is there?
Yeah, they've shown off like some big palace in the trailer, which is one of the like big landmarks in Spain and shit like that. And you know, just looking at the starters' names, they're like all in Spanish.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Does that mean that there's going to be really more than like 2 token dark skinned characters in this game?
It's entirely possible, dude. It's entirely possible.
Holy smoke. This game really looks like Legends of Arceus.
Yeah.
from this trailer.
That's very enjoyable, though.
They're putting that into good use.
Ooh, that's a new Pokemon. So are those.
In this trailer, I've already seen 2 black NPCs, dude. This is the revolution. This is what we needed.
It's already Lucario!
Dylan is sold. The Pokemon Company knows how to sell to this man.
Whatever, dude.
Show him Lucario.
Lucario's such a cool Pokemon. I don't even... Whatever, guys. Don't at me.
I just think he's neat. I'm not sold on these player models. They look kind of weird.
I can definitely see this being Spain based on, like, the... Oh, that's the OLED switch. Based on the building architecture and the coastlines and everything. So that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, and Spain has, like, a really storied history as well, so I think that they can do a lot with this region and just, like, the types of Pokemon that would appear here.
Nice.
Just due to, like, you know, their massive involvement with, like, Latin America and shit like that. So I'm sure that we'll see, that there's a decent chance to see, like, some Aztec-inspired type Pokemons and shit.
That would be pretty cool.
What are we thinking of the player model?
I will probably most definitely be changing up the outfit. To be honest, how the player looks doesn't necessarily matter to me. I'm kind of with Nico where it's like, if I can change the outfit, that's all that matters.
The face just seems really weird to me. I think it's the eyes. I literally think it's the eye just being, like, ever so slightly too small. Like, it looks like Uncanny Valley. Like, they're trying to make it look realistic when it's Pokemon.
I mean, I suppose so. I can see that.
These look a lot like the, what is it? The new Pokemon Snap models. That's what these are reminding me of. I'll see if I can find a good picture of those here real quick. New Pokemon Snap.
You know, is that a Hoppip potted plant in the background of this image I just posted too? Check that out.
Bro.
Yeah, it is, dude. Lit. Look at that.
I want that pot.
Oh yeah, these are like 100% like the new Pokemon Snap models.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they look like. There you go, boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Well, interesting.
Yeah. Now, one notable thing that we see in that trailer, they show us Pikachu, boys. They show us a Pikachu.
Yes.
Because we gotta see him. We need to know Pikachu's in the game. But also, the Pikachu is the exact same model they have used for years now.
Okay.
Ever since Generation 6, they've been using the exact same 3D Pikachu model.
I'm shocked.
People are sick of it.
I mean,
what's wrong with it specifically?
They are up in arms.
Yeah.
They just really hate how a lot of the Pokemon look in 3D due to them just kind of being very static and stationary while in battle and shit like that, you know?
I mean, I guess.
It doesn't look like they're there to fight. It looks like they're just standing there.
Okay. I'll sympathize with that gripe. I mean... Nice. I will say that one thing that I've kind of... And, you know, it's asking a lot because, you know, gamers always ask a lot at companies and they don't realize how much work it takes. But maybe just varied animation for like, combat, you know? Because usually, most of the time, I know they've been doing a little bit better in the more recent games, but usually in combat, the Pokemon will have the same animation for multiple different attacks. But, you know, maybe splash in a little like Pokken tournament, kind of like where they can traverse the whole battlefield. So, you know, maybe instead of traveling halfway across the battlefield, it goes all the way across the battlefield to do an attack. Like if they use tackle or something, kind of like in Legends Arceus, you know, that kind of battle style implemented. But that's just something I've wanted for a while.
Who you might be asking a lot there, Dylan. You might be asking a lot, but we'll see.
Exactly.
I don't think there's a single chance in hell they're gonna ever do something like that.
They did it.
It's so much fucking work.
They did do it for Legends Arceus, to be completely fair. So it could happen in games, in just regular Pokemon games where the battle sequences are fixed. But you know, it's whatever they choose to do. I'm gonna like and enjoy Pokemon regardless of what they do. So.
Now, see, there's one slight issue that I have with the trailer, though, boys. One slight issue. It's due to the fact of us seeing Pikachu and Lucario at all. I just hate them. I hate them so much. I don't want them to be here.
I mean...
I think you've got a better chance of getting struck by lightning and eaten by a fucking shark on the same day of them not putting either Pikachu or Lucario in a Pokemon game.
It's not Pikachu and Lucario specifically. I don't want any old Pokemon in my new games. That's the thing.
You want like the Gen
people
5
complain...
thing?
Yeah, people complain so much about like them just like not having any of the old Pokemon in Sword and Shield, you know, them like cutting the decks in half and all that kind of shit. But like, I would have preferred for them to cut even more Pokemon. Okay,
I mean that's fair.
Like that was an issue. That was something I realized when I was playing through the Gen 4 remakes. Was that I was barely seeing any of the Pokemon who actually belonged to that generation. It's just a lot of fucking Zubats and Geodude and shit. I don't care about them. Let me use the new Pokemon. Those are what I care about, okay?
I could definitely sympathize you.
Yeah. Like, there's a big reason why Gen 3 and 5 are, like, a couple of my favorite generations, okay? Because you only find the Pokemon of that generation there.
Yeah, I could definitely sympathize with that, because I didn't really... The issue is, I think it, like, allows people to just kind of go back to what they're familiar with when they're building their teams. Whereas...
Yeah, it's bullshit. I hate it.
Whereas
they need to grow up.
Yeah, see, and I was gonna say, like, for you like to find all of the new Pokemon for that region and make your team out of them and maybe throw one, maybe two of, like, the older Pokemon, but you'll more likely than not make it completely out of Pokemon only from that region. And
I will literally never use Pokemon from older regions. I always go with the new ones.
It does make it a lot harder to build a team because, what was it? I started going through Pokemon X today. And, you know, I'm in, like, the beginning areas right now. And I think I've caught one new Pokemon from that region. And the other 6 are from older generations. So I can definitely agree with what you're saying here.
Yeah, dude. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. I can't stand it. Get rid of the old Pokemon. Just genocide them. I don't care what you do to them.
Well,
I only want new shit.
Haven't recent games not had like nearly as many new Pokemon though?
Yeah, that's correct.
It's because they pump the games with the old Pokemon. I was about to say though, like that was the other thing about it, and I want to get your guys, because maybe my perspective on this is a little off, but it just feels like some of the new Pokemon, they didn't have a lot of work. Like, I think Sword and Shield did a pretty decent job at it, but some of the new Pokemon that they introduced with the regions, it seems like they don't do a lot of work with it, because it's like, when you do get a new region Pokemon, you kind of look at it and you're like, I don't really like this, and you kind of just throw it into the box because you don't see yourself using it, and then you go off to find more, because, you know, you kind of, especially if you're just building a team to beat the story with, you're trying to find, you know, maybe not the mono types, or, you know, maybe something that'll actually be useful in your Pokemon journey.
I mean, I just pick what I think looks cool. When I played through Sword and Shield, I literally had like 4 Pokemon on my team who were weak to fire types, and I did not care.
I remember that, yes. That was definitely something that you did.
Yeah, that's how I play. That's how everyone should play their games.
I agree. Team building is for pussies.
Precisely.
Well, okay. That's unfortunate. I guess I have my... Nice.
Somebody fucking honking their horn outside? What the fuck's that?
I have my ringtone on. I'm messing up all over the place today.
You're fumbling, dude. Nico, I cannot wait for you to listen to this recording back and hear my absolute surprise that I've left somewhere.
Interesting. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of if I had anything else I wanted to talk about in regards to Pokemon.
I'm waiting for them to run out of title names.
They
never will, dude.
They gotta run out of colors before they run out of title names, or random fucking gemstones.
I do actually think that the name fucking... I already forgot what these
Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet. I do think those names are very interesting for them to go with.
Same.
Because those do harken back to the original Red and Blue, do they not?
I mean, I guess if... I've never considered Violet blue. I've kind of always considered Violet a variation of purple, but...
Close enough.
Exactly. It's close enough, Dylan. Which kind of begs the question. Like, why would they do such a thing? Why would they do that? What are they trying to say with that? Are they trying to hint at this may be some sort of a soft reboot for the series, one might say, you know?
I suppose.
Alright. Do you guys prefer the current, like, style textures? Like, for example, say, just, like, the route textures on Sword and Shield compared to, like, just the general environment textures to Arceus? Because I, for one, like the stylized approach to, like, the routes way fucking better than these boring, really low-resolution, bullshit-looking sprite works from Arceus, if you know what I mean.
You see, that is one thing. I do think I'm a bit of a Pokemon apologist, you know? Generally, a lot of the gripes that people will have with the games, I don't really take much issue with. Like with Arceus, people really rag on it for how it looks. I don't think it looks that bad whatsoever.
I also do
I think
not.
I just think it looks like a Pokemon game, okay?
Yeah.
I do still have my fair share of problems with Arceus. Like, damn, there's nothing to do in those fields, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, except run around and catch Pokemon and or fight them.
Yeah, it's a real shame, okay? It's a real darn shame. There's no, like, cool battles for you to take on or anything like that, or, like, puzzles to solve in the open world or anything like that. No, it's just kind of catch some more Pokemon, dude.
Yeah, it really seemed like they were capitalizing on story over everything, or, like, the quests that the random civilians would give you. And then outside of that, it was kind of just, yeah, go and find something to do, but you can only do this set amount of things.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's especially obvious since I'm, like, now playing Elden Ring, which just has so much for you to do at all times. You're just constantly stumbling upon, like, ooh, this little dungeon, or so, like, some catacombs. Whoa, what's up with this building? Why is there a fucking dragon coming from the sky right now trying to murder me? You know, there's so much happening.
All right,
And I just don't get that from Legends Arceus, okay? I just don't get it.
Here's a question, though. Is the gameplay going to be more similar to Legends of Arceus, or is it going to be more similar to previous Pokemon generations? Because from the trailer, it looked like it's almost going to take the wild area concept and just run with it and just have that be most of the game. Like, most of it is be like a big, like, open world thing you explore without it being, like, separate, like, routes and stuff. Could be different, but I would imagine that's how they're going to take it. Like, it's basically just going to be Legends of Arceus with a new skin. They're clearly using the same engine.
It probably is made in the same engine, yeah. That's something they explored a lot in the Sword and Shield DLCs, was basically those entire areas were nothing but wild areas, you know?
I didn't know
you
that.
didn't have, like, these towns or anything like that. It was just, oh yeah, here's a massive island for you to explore now. It's just one big wild area for you.
But yeah, I never played the DLC, so I didn't really get that experience, but that's cool. I didn't know
They're
that.
pretty good, dude. They're pretty good. They're quite solid.
I really do feel like Scarlet and Violet will probably just be a culmination of, like, Sword and Shield and Arceus with... Because what they could do is they could just slap this region on an island and just make it a giant island and kind of have a non-linear path. Like, you can go where you want to go, but you still have your objectives. So it's following, like, the linear plot of a normal Pokemon game, but has the open aspect that Legend of Arceus had, while still telling a story.
It's entirely possible.
But, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Now you know.
Yeah, I think it's about all I've got at the moment.
Nice.
Let's see here. Has anyone else brought any topics that they would like to bring forward to the class at all?
I have to go reference.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think talking about Pokemon and then swapping into Benghazi is a good idea, so we gotta find something else here.
Let's see.
All right, I think I have a good one that we can transition into. You guys have any fun animal facts that you want to share?
You guys know the koala copy pasta?
No.
No. Would you like to share with us the good old koala copy pasta?
Hold up. See if I can actually, like, find it. You guys get to hear my keyboard in the recording.
On the same note, did you know that koalas are extremely flammable?
What the fuck was that loud-ass noise?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. What did it sound like?
I'm assuming it came from Dylan.
What was it?
It definitely was.
It was like a...
Alright.
or some shit.
Discord kind of cut you out. I have no clue what that was.
Okay, so the koala copy pasta is really, really long.
Okay.
But the general TLDR is they're ripe with STIs, specifically chlamydia.
Yeah.
They're rapists. They are fucking awful.
What the hell?
They look cute on the surface, but they've got really fucked up looking, like, body parts if you, like, look too deep into it, like their feet. Horrifying. They've got fucking snake eyes. They're just not very good animals. They literally are so inefficient with their body mass. They basically just eat, like, the worst fucking leaves. They're failures of the animal race.
Yeah, dude. Koalas are fucking wild, okay? Like...
Yeah.
So they devour eucalyptus, which is a poisonous plant.
Yeah.
That they've had to evolve to, like, consume. And eucalyptus is also, like...
It is
not
pretty much has no
not
nutritional
good
value.
for them at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't have value whatsoever to them. So as a result, they just sleep. Because that's all they can do. They can just survive and sleep with the energy that eucalyptus gives them.
Yeah, eucalyptus is also highly flammable. That was the little fact I gave out earlier. You cannot hold a lighter or a match to a koala, or else it will burst into flames because it like basically excretes eucalyptus off of itself.
They're worthless animals, honestly. Worthless.
But
Similar
they're
to pandas.
But they're still adorable.
I think the best part about koalas with the whole thing is that the whole like idea behind like eating these leaves is that it erodes their teeth like crazy, and how they adapt to this, like, you know, so they don't fucking starve to death because they can't eat the thing they can only eat. Yeah, that's literally just how they adapt. They literally just fucking starve to death. If they're once their leaves, like their teeth erode to the point where they can't eat anymore, they're fucking starved to death.
Oh dear Jesus! You really just posted this whole thing to the topics, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Koalas are fucking horrible animals.
Let's see.
What do you know about pandas, though, Jackson? What do you know about pandas?
Pandas spend like half of their day just eating bamboo or some dumb shit.
Yeah, dude.
They're super lazy. They will absolutely refuse to fuck because they just have no reason to. So people are struggling hard trying to get them to breed to not have their race die off.
We spend like so much time and effort trying to save pandas when we really just shouldn't, honestly.
I agree. They are not worth saving whatsoever.
Yeah, well,
they obviously don't want to live.
Clearly. Yeah, I mean, if you watch any of the videos of like pandas existing, they do the stupidest shit. Like they'll climb onto branches in trees that clearly could not support their body weight and just fucking snap the branch and fall off the tree.
What reason do we have to keep not Miata? I'm looking at pictures of Miatas. What reason do we have to keep pandas around? Like, legitimately, like, what the fuck do they offer to the environment?
They're adorable and people love looking at them.
That's the only reason that Dylan just gave. That is 100% correct. That's why, Jackson. If it were like some fucking algae, nobody would care. If it were a slug or some shit, we'd be like, yeah, fuck it. This thing, it can't do anything. Look at it. Why doesn't it just eat leaves?
Wow.
Why doesn't it want to breed? What's the deal with this stupid thing? I know, it's adorable.
That's so fucking stupid.
I just think it's because pandas are large enough for people to acknowledge, so they're like, man, an animal this big can't just die. That would be so sad.
Maybe it is their overwhelming size that keeps them around.
Bro.
That's right. They're too big to ignore.
Just watching pandas exist makes me wonder how they exist to this point. Like before human preservation of pandas, how did pandas even make it this far? They had to have come from somewhere, but even then,
I mean, pandas were already super rare to begin with. People didn't know that they existed. There were legends of them, but we were only like recently able to actually discover that they were real.
I think it would have been better for them to stay undiscovered, to be completely honest.
Probably.
We also didn't do the Chinese people also did not do a very good job of maintaining their habitat. A large reason for this point like they've gotten to is literally just because of mass amounts of habitat destruction.
So people feel obligated to take care of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now the Chinese use fucking pandas as, well, like, fucking, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for right now?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the word either.
To do with revenue?
I mean, yeah, they're a massive source of revenue, but also, like, bargaining chips, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, of political influence and shit like that.
I suppose so.
The Chinese are the only ones allowed to own pandas, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Like zoos and stuff who get pandas, those pandas are still owned by the Chinese, and if they end up breeding, those pandas are also owned by the Chinese.
Ah.
Yeah. And they make the China a shitload of money because people just love pandas, man.
Yeah.
True. I just love those things. Dylan, do you have any fun animal facts for us?
Dolphins are rapists.
Yeah, they are.
Do you need any more than that? That's kind of that's what's
Give
on
us
the
another
top of my
fun
head.
animal fact, Dylan.
Owls can rotate their heads 359 degrees.
That is a fun animal fact. Jackson, were you aware that owls don't have eyeballs?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, they just have lenses.
Yeah, they don't. It's not lenses, Dylan.
What else would you call it?
Shut up.
What else?
Their eyes are cylinders. They're big tubes.
Oh yeah, that's what the weird thing was. You right.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can't like move their eyes around inside their head like we can because they're not orbs.
Am I gonna regret this?
So that's why they spin their head around and shit so that they can look around really well. Because they can't move their eyes otherwise.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to find this here. There it
There's
is.
a wacky fun animal fact for you.
None of these are correct.
Oh well.
Do you want to know more fun animal facts, Nico, or are you satisfied?
I want one more, but I want it to be from Jackson. Jackson, give me one more fun animal fact.
Get it, Jackson.
You think I know about animals?
Yeah, you are an animal. Come on.
Oh shit, I am. I wanted to say something about chinchillas, but honestly, a lot of what I know about chinchillas is not that interesting. I think everybody knows that chinchillas take dust baths, which is kind of strange.
Yeah.
Oh.
Specifically because if they get their fur wet because it's so thick, their bodies are generally just so small that it literally just fucking kill them.
Oh.
So they take dust baths to clean off the particulate anyways.
Nice. Now I know when I have a chinchilla not to give it a bath.
Yeah, they're native to the Andes Mountains too. People don't know that. In Chile, they're from South America and they're fucking hunted to the point of extinction pretty much.
Jesus.
And they still are. Because they have really
Why do
soft...
people hunt them?
Yeah.
Because they've got really soft fur and they make coats out of them. Chinchilla coats are
gotcha.
super, super expensive and also really fucked up.
That's a lot of fur, dude. They're not that big.
You're right. They gotta kill a lot of fucking chinchillas. Why do you think there's like barely any in the wild anymore?
God, that's so horrible.
I agree.
It was pretty fucked up. You see, these are fun facts that Dylan didn't know about.
Yeah, you just saved a chinchilla's life, dude.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What the fuck would
Now
you have
Dylan
done to
won't
him?
kill his pet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so check it out, boys. I actually do have a cool, fun animal fact that I want to share with you. So, like, people don't know how eels breed. Isn't that weird?
I guess I've never thought about it, but I assume that they breed the same way fish do.
They splooge into the water and the girl just swims around in it.
Well, that's not how
like
fish breed, but...
Eels are very strange creatures, okay? They're very odd.
They're also ugly.
Yeah,
Damn,
they're a
dude,
little
what the
ugly.
fuck do they do to you?
Look ugly.
Fuck.
I'm also talking about like the I forget the exact name for it. It's like an American European eel, essentially is what it is. There aren't very many types of eels either, by the way. They're not very varied at all because they're already the perfect creature. Mm-hmm. So like there were like 5 different types of eels that we knew of at one point. That all ended up being the same exact eel, just at different stages of its life.
Oh.
They just live for so long, and people don't really keep them in captivity much, so we just didn't know that they were all related to each other.
Damn.
Yeah. And yeah, this is actually something that is a question that has just plagued people for years and years, okay? Literal thousands of years, people have wondered, how do eels breed?
Okay.
Like... famous philosophers and shit throughout history have even thought about this. I think it was like Socrates who had pondered how eels breed as well.
You're not fucking with me, right?
No, I'm not. This is real.
No way.
He had like fuck, who was it? It was definitely like some big scientist throughout history, or maybe it was Socrates, who thought that, well, maybe eels just come into existence. They just become being, okay?
Of course. The classic...
We don't know how else they form, so that's probably just it.
Now my curiosity is piqued. Please go on.
Like, Nietzsche as well, the famous philosopher, or not philosopher, psychologist, he too had wondered how eels breed and spent many years trying to figure it out.
Okay.
It's just wacky stuff, dude. It's just real weird. We still don't understand it. Like, they'll migrate into the, get this. They migrate into the fucking, triangle. What's it called?
The Bermuda Triangle?
The Bermuda Triangle, yeah. They, like, migrate over there, and then we just don't ever see them again. And then we'll just occasionally find baby eels on the outside of it.
Is it wacky to anybody else that the Bermuda Triangle is still a mystery to us, given today's technology?
Hell yeah, brother. It's very strange.
What if, no. The electric eel thing doesn't exist. Never mind, I remember that being proven wrong.
That's right.
Well, technically it's not. There are electric eels. Their body generates electricity in a certain way, and it allows them to give off electricity in a certain range that is able to stun smaller fish, or, if you to touch it with your hand, it'll lock up your muscles or whatever, as electric currents do. But I was like, yeah, what if enough electric eels are just swimming around the Bermuda Triangle, and it's just giving off a big electromagnetic field, and that's what's disabling all the shit that flies over sails in there.
It's definitely a solid theory, Dylan. That's a solid theory right there you have.
Exactly. That is also strange, though. I honestly thought you knew how eels bred, and I was very interested to find out, but it turns out I'm going to be disappointed.
We don't know, Dylan. We don't know how they breed yet.
Why can't we just, attach little cameras to them and just, figure it out?
You'd think that we would do something like that, wouldn't you?
You would think that, man. I need to get the scientists on the phone here.
Why don't I just buy myself a little miniature submarine drone and follow these eels? How hard could that be?
Literally just put one in one's dick.
I'd assume it's just far too expensive to try and do something like that, For very little payoff as well. I don't know what we'll really get out of learning how eels breed, but...
it'll be one less mystery in the world.
Exactly.
You can't tell me you don't get immense amounts of satisfaction from learning secrets.
I guess that's fair, Dylan.
This is going to keep me up at night. And I'll never know how eels breed now.
Yeah, dude. Sigmund Freud. I think that's who I was thinking of, not Nietzsche. Never mind.
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, Sigmund Freud.
I mean, yes, he is. Okay. What is psychology?
Yeah.
What? It's like... Nothing. It's not important.
What? Well, that's about it for that topic. Boys, what are your greatest fears? Have we talked about that at all? Jackson, what do you fear?
Outside of just the general concept of entropy, there isn't something that really stands out to me outside of really childish shit. I'm scared of snakes.
I mean, that's totally fine. I want to hear those answers, Jackson. Even if they're childish, I want them.
Yeah, all right. Here, I'll list them off for you. I'm scared of wolverines. I'm scared of snakes. I'm scared of spiders.
Why specifically wolverines?
Have you heard wolverines, dude?
I've seen a wolverine, but it's not something that I think about often in terms of my fears.
No, I mean, there's a lot more animals that you'd be more scared of than a fucking wolverine. I mean, they're basically just like an oversized badger. But
yeah,
Tasmanian devils.
Yeah, so Wolverine specifically, just because before I knew what a Wolverine was, I just in my head had an idea of what they were, and I thought they were fucking horrifying. And I specifically had a reoccurring nightmare of myself just being locked in a cage with one, having to fight to the death for it. Don't know why. And then I figured out obviously what they look like. I know what they look like now. But that nightmare never went away. It just replaced what I thought it was with the actual Wolverine. So I still sometimes just randomly get nightmares of being locked in a fucking cage with Wolverine and have to fight to the death with it.
That's amazing.
The dumbest possible reason for being scared of something.
No, it's pretty good, Jackson. It's pretty good.
It is pretty good, dude.
Yeah,
you don't gotta be.
Okay, so snakes and wolverines. What else you got there?
Spiders,
and then and then of course entropy. That's pretty much it.
Is that about it, Jackson? Are you not terrified of heights or anything like that, like the dark?
Not really, no.
Wait.
Okay.
Why are you afraid of entropy?
You're not terrified of the concept of entropy?
Not really.
Damn. All right. Well, it's just basically just the general erosion of everything. Like if you don't do anything, you're constantly losing something. Like if you're not constantly working your muscles, you're constantly eroding your muscle. If you're not constantly thinking about something, those are going to start to fade. Generally just aging, you're constantly just entropifying, whatever the fucking word is.
Oh,
and you're
okay.
constantly just degrading over time. It's just inevitable that I don't know.
Yeah, I was not thinking of it the way that you were thinking of it this week. That makes more sense. Yeah, basically, if you're not advancing, you're degrading. And
yes, and this is with fucking everything. It's completely inevitable. Literally, the smallest things always get fucking eroded at some point.
Okay, I just wanted to understand.
Yeah, that's my big concept fear.
Gotcha.
Okay,
nice.
It's a pretty good one. Now Dylan, on the other hand. Boy. He has a big one that really plagues him, unfortunately.
I don't understand why or how. It just does.
I mean, the how is easily explainable. Your parents allowed you to watch Chucky when you were a child.
I mean, that might have had something to do with it, but... So, Jackson, in case you aren't aware, I have Automatonophobia.
I don't know what that is. Please explain.
It is the fear of mannequins and animatronics and any. Let me like see, because I know there's a third part, but those are like the major two.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's fucking spooks him. Okay.
Automaton. Hold on. I was not spelling it right. Google save me. Automatonophobia. Give me the definition, please. Here it is. Automatonophobia can be loosely defined as the fear of wax figures, humanoid robots, audio animatronics, or other figures designed to represent humans. So literally anything that is human-like, but my brain can acknowledge it as a human-like figure, but it can also acknowledge that it is not real or does not have life, freaks me out. So walking around like malls and stuff with like the mannequins that have like the clothes on them is just a nightmare for me. It's horrible. I hate it.
Are you afraid of like just like the general concept of the Uncanny Valley as well?
Hold on, say that one more time.
So you're just like afraid of like the general concept of the Uncanny Valley as well then?
Not sure what that is, but I'll say yes.
You don't know what the Uncanny Valley is?
No.
Like things.
He's not a learned man, Jackson.
That's not true.
The Uncanny Valley is basically things that look human, but there's like something off, and your brain knows that there's something off, so it like disconcerts you. This is like a thing that all humans face, pretty much. Like, I assume it's, like, exaggerated with you.
Yeah, no, it's very, like, it's weird because I can't really explain the fear to people, like, I can't really even think about it too much because I'll get freaked out, but, yeah, it's just horrible. I hate it so much, and it's really unfortunate because my little sister Zayla, she's huge into animatronics and, like, she wants to, like, make them and, like, repair them and all that stuff, so she's constantly like, yeah, look at this, and I can't because... It just freaks me out way too much. It's actually really unfortunate. You're afraid of a lot more things than you think. Like, yesterday we were at the restaurant and there was that cardboard cutout there next to us.
Mm-hmm.
If that was
Chewbacca.
like, yeah, that I think that didn't bother me because I knew it was a made up character. But if that was like an actual person, like somebody who actually exists, it would definitely put me off.
Yeah, if it was like Brendan Fraser or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, other than that, fear of heights, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fear of spiders to an extent. Like, I can kill a spider, but like, I think it's fine and common to say like anything like a tarantula or anything close to that just is a no-go for me. Because those are just weird. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it. What's the definition? I basically have a fear of bugs. I don't.
Insectophobia.
Is it insectophobia?
Yeah.
That sounds right. But it also kind of sounds fake, and I don't know why.
Fear of bugs. Entomophobia.
That's the one.
Oh, sometimes known as insectophobia.
There we go.
I don't have it like as bad as automatonophobia, but I really don't like insects like at all. So, I mean. Fear of the dark, but it's more of like my brain makes up stuff that could be in the dark more than I'm afraid of the dark, so you know, may or may not have schizophrenia, but we won't focus on that. And that's definitely not for public knowledge, so that'll just stay between us three, so you know.
And the people watching this.
Confidential. What? No, nobody's watching this. What are you talking about? Where some dude's chatting it up right now.
Honestly, if somebody got 45 minutes into this fucking podcast, I'd be really impressed. You have the analytics. You could totally see that, right? Like how long, on average, people get into our podcast.
Yeah, the Hunter x Hunter video is like 11 minutes, I think.
Damn, they got that far?
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
People love it.
How many views is that, like 2?
11, I think.
Damn!
Never mind, 7. Oh. Now, Nico, please indulge me and Jackson on your deepest, darkest fears.
Real quick, I actually had a question to follow questions for you, Dylan.
Oh.
So for your autonomatophobia, so at what point, because we're, you know, technology is progressing at a very rapid rate, you know, at some point in our lives, there's a very good chance that we will start to get like robot butlers and shit like that, Dylan. So, you know, when it comes to machines, like at what point do you think that you can like acknowledge them as like a thing and not be freaked out by them?
Well, we haven't gotten to that point yet, so for now the answer is hell no.
Would you fuck a robot if it was hot?
No.
So Dylan, are you familiar with the game Detroit Become Human?
Yes.
Okay, so like those types of androids, do you think that you'd be okay with them?
Probably. It's more of a, to be completely fair, it's a proximity thing. If I keep my distance, my brain does not flip the fuck out. The closer I get to it, the more my brain goes on red alert. It's the weirdest thing. I cannot explain it.
You think your brain would know?
Yeah, would you know if you talked to one of them androids, Dylan?
Do you think you have like a sixth sense? Like, this bitch is not fucking human. No way.
Maybe. It's a possibility. Like I said, I can't say for sure. This is pure speculation at this point. There's no way I could say for sure because I've never been exposed to technology like that.
One of the big twists in that game is that you don't know that the little girl here with is an android.
Ah.
That twist literally does nothing for the plot, by the way. It's absolutely worthless, and I hate that twist.
Gotcha. Interesting. I don't know. I guess if you guys ever find a robot android person, just introduce them to me and we'll find out.
All right, that's fair.
All right.
They start shaking Dylan's hand and start gripping way too hard. They start glitching out and just like tear his arm off.
Well, God, you had to take it there. See, and I think I could chalk up the Automatonophobia fear as like my brain is waiting for it to do something. Like if it's a mannequin or something, it's waiting for it to move. It wants it to move, but it's not. So it's freaked out and it's on edge.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So yeah, but all right, Nico, your turn.
Yeah, man. It sounds as though spiders and like snakes are very common fears that we all share. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the big reasons why, women tend to be very scared of spiders as well. So typically when I'm like chatting with a woman, I'll make the deal with them that I'll take care of all the spiders because I'm okay with killing spiders. That's no big at all. Mm-hmm. I'll kill spiders so long as they take care of any snakes that come around. And so they usually seem to take that offer, honestly,
wow.
Which is very fortunate for me.
Guys are on a hike, a fucking snake jumps out of nowhere, you just immediately run away.
Yeah, they promise, okay? It's their problem to deal with.
I don't know. Snakes are pretty cool. I like snakes.
I think aggressive reptiles in general are just fucking scary just because the vast majority of them are scientifically proven not to really have emotions or things like that.
Yeah.
Like crocodiles will fucking murder you without a second thought. Like it's not even like something they consider.
Yeah.
And that's just like pretty much all reptiles, not even ones that are carnivorous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're unfeeling, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Even turtles.
Yeah, even if a turtle were bigger, dude, they would absolutely just devour you if they could.
I mean, river snapping turtles, dude.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah, dude.
I guess like the only, probably the only like strange fear I would say I have is like every now and then when I'm just scrolling through the old Reddit or some shit like that, I'll see a video of someone like walking on a frozen lake or something like that, and that just it really gets to me. That's a real no-go for me, honestly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I can imagine if I were on a frozen lake is that the ice is going to break below me and I'm just going to get trapped under the ice.
I mean, yeah.
Even though they'll be like driving cars and shit on the ice, like it's no problem. They'll be like, oh yeah, during the winter, this thing is like, it's so thick, basically the entire lake is frozen. There's no way you'll break through it. But no, I just can't do it, boys. I can't do it. It freaks me out too much.
That makes sense. Oh, the units actually. Oh, I hit the. God damn it!
Stop punching the pop filter, Dylan.
I'm not trying to. You just made me remember. What is this one?
You're
called?
scared of the ocean.
I mean, you didn't have to.
Tryptophobia.
It's not tryptophobia. It's thalassophobia.
That's the one.
And it's just fears of deep bodies of water. The ocean just happens to be a really good example of it. It's mostly just for that one. It's like I fear not being able to see what's underneath me. It's so deep down that anything could be down there, Yeah. Fear of the unknown, which is I think it's a natural human fear anyway. So, but God, I have too many fears.
I was going to say, Nico's most recent topic actually brought up another one of my big fears. I didn't really think about that hard. But I am fucking horrified of being lost and losing things in general. Like, whenever I, like, for a great example, when I lost my phone, that put me into such a fucking panic. You have no idea. Embarrassingly so, I would even say. And just also the general idea of just being lost is horrifying to me.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I over-rely on electronics to get me to places, even if I, like, 100% know how to get somewhere. I'll still probably just Google Maps it just to make 100% sure I don't fucking get lost somewhere along the way.
Yeah, I'll do that too, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's like I definitely know how to get back to my home from this road, but I'm still gonna map it just in case.
Can never be too careful, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a fear of like, because I cannot stand anything medical. Like I even like the TV shows, I cannot watch anything like to do with like incisions or operating or anything like that. If I watch anything like that, I can be extremely grossed out, and I cannot handle it.
Is that just like a fear of gore, or is that a fear of like gore in like a medical sense?
I would think it's like gore in the medical sense, because
Yeah, Dylan's okay with seeing someone get like shot in the street or something like that, but if it's in a hospital, it's a no-go.
Yeah, if literally somebody is being dissected on the fucking side of the road to be consumed, totally fine. If they're on an operating table, hell fucking no.
I think it's more of the manner in which it is carried out.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd be totally fine with them eating the person on the side of the road.
No.
Okay, maybe I don't understand what you're talking about then.
I don't think I have a problem with gore in general. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe it's just video game gore doesn't freak me out. But
if you saw somebody get their Achilles tendon sliced open with a knife, would that put you off?
I hate why would you say that? God damn it, that's nasty.
You got you like seeing people's Achilles tendons being sliced open?
I'm not imagining this anymore. You got your answer,
Jackson. I can't say so.
Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page.
I figured this was like
here.
a general thing. I thought this was everything, like something everybody would have like common ground in.
I can't imagine anybody would like seeing that happen. You have to be pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm not saying anybody would like it.
Scared of it.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's not necessarily that people like it. It's just that they're not put off by it.
Are you guys afraid of death?
Not too much now.
Not as much as I was before, no. I'm not gonna be like, oh man, today's a great day to die, or if today's my day, then so be it. I'm not gonna actively seek it or willingly give up. Like, I'm still gonna have the fiery passion to live on, but which is, natural human survival instinct, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
How about you, Jackson? Are you terrified of dying?
It's not something I'm mainly scared of. I mean, it relates a lot to entropy itself.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think I'm as scared as I am to entropy.
Okay.
Makes sense.
If anything, if I get to a point where I've entropied to not really even being able to control myself, I'd rather just die at that point anyways. What goes against the theory.
I guess that's fair, dude. That's entirely fair.
You'd much rather be operable than a vegetable, and it makes sense. I get it.
Oh, Dylan, that is actually another one of our Guapish topics. Look at that. Boys, if you were on life support and in a vegetative state for the rest of your life or something like that, would you want your family members to let you die?
Dylan just fucking triggered Nico's trap card. You already know my answer.
This is a subject. Yeah, Jackson already gave us his answer.
Yeah, Jackson would want to die.
Here's the thing. God, I don't even want to relate that subject to it. So let me try to explain this without relating it to this other subject. I have no clue how that would feel personally. Obviously to your friends and family, it's absolutely horrifying and they would hate it. But I don't know, just being in this situation prior, I don't know what I hate more. I don't know if I hate seeing the person like that more, or realizing that sooner or later I have to let them go. But especially for me, I have, and Nico knows this, I have a huge sense of not even self-preservation, just preservation in general. If I can save something, I will do my best to save it, just regardless of the situation or what it is. So for me, this topic is a little controversial because I hate seeing things the way that they are, if they're in a state where they are not very operable. But at the same time, because at that point you have two solutions, and one is obviously better than the other. But then it's also, you have to think about how it would make you feel if that thing was no longer around. So for me personally, I would... Damn. See, I think about this question all the time, but I never apply it to myself.
I think the hardest question about this is whether or not there's a chance of, becoming conscious again, potentially. Mm-hmm. You could always make the argument that you're in a vegetative state, but at a point you've been like sustained for so long that science gets to a point where they can maybe, like, for example, like you're like completely fucking like paralyzed, like every single part of your body's paralyzed and you're in a fucking coma. But apparently, well, you can't fix it at that point. But maybe if you're in that state for so long, technology gets to the point where they can. But then you have to live with the fact that you're just being a burden to people for that extended period of time. If it's worth it or not, I don't think it's worth it. I wouldn't.
It's kind of like the.
But does Dylan think it's worth it?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go based off of what Jackson was going with, where you just stay alive long enough for technology to fix you. That's kind of like the time travelers question, where it's like not even time travelers. If you could live forever, would you? And a lot of people would be like, yeah, like it goes back to Jackson's like fear of dying. Like people who are afraid of dying would say like, yeah, for sure, I would definitely choose to be immortal. But a large majority of people actually said they wouldn't live forever, and that's sheerly for the fact of most people would not be able to live and stay sane living with the fact that they are going to outlive all of their friends, family, relatives, like everybody, and they have to continuously watch people they build relationships with die, but they also can't stand being alone either, so it's just a hell either way. So if you were to stay in that vegetative state until, like, situations were able to save you, there's no really real way of saying who's still going to be there when you come out of it, and then you just have to basically relive life that's completely distant from what you know.
Yeah, but you're still alive. You're still there.
You are technically still alive, Dylan.
And that's all that matters. We are selfish creatures. Who fucking cares about anybody else? You're still alive.
I think I would choose to live, to be honest.
Interesting.
Not that I would have that choice, because I wouldn't be able to say, but
I mean, you can let your loved ones know what you would want.
That's fair, too. I always believe that there's a chance for everything. Anything is possible. The percentage just gets smaller and smaller the more unlikely it seems. So, that's my view on it, though. I'm just extremely optimistic for no reason.
Well, yeah. I don't think there's no reason behind that. I think you'd like things to work out. I think that's a pretty normal response.
I just like to think that there's always a positive output to everything. 1% chance, still 1% it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think this is an important conversation to have with your loved ones. After all, I have talked about talked about this with my mom before, and we both have the same answer. We just want to die, okay?
Let's fucking go, Nico. Fist bump.
Right?
That's
right,
how
Jackson, right? Hey, let's go, man.
Yeah, I don't want to be a burden.
That's how my grandparents were.
It's not even being a burden necessarily to me. I don't want people to... I don't want people's last memory of me to be in that state. To be like that for like 5 years or something like that. That sounds awful. I don't want to be remembered that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because even like after like a year, that's all they're gonna remember is the fact that like you got into this like awful accident or whatever, and were put into a vegetative state for that while. Like that's literally all they're gonna think about.
Yeah. That's totally valid. I don't think there's a wrong answer to this question, to be completely honest. I think everybody has the reasons and they can all be justified. So.
Oh, yeah. This is a nuanced question. If there was an actual right answer to it, it'd be wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Party gamers. Okay. Okay, boys.
I
think we have time for one more topic. Do either of you have anything you want to scoop by in here?
I did see something in there that you posted. You posted, "Be yourself" is terrible advice. Why do you say that?
That's a much longer topic.
Damn it.
To discuss. I don't think that's quite a good one here. It is terrible advice, though. Genuinely terrible. Jackson, can you agree on that?
To a degree.
Be yourself, bad advice.
To a degree, I can, yeah. Because I think you have to block who you are at the start, at least. I assume this is like in the context of finding a relationship, because it can be off-putting.
Any context.
Any context? Yeah, I think I'm a fucking weirdo. I don't want people to know that. That's the strat.
I'm trying to ignore any of these subjects that Tanner's posted. How do I know which one of these is short? Which one of us is most unhinged?
The last topic is just going to be us trying to decide on the last topic.
Which one of us?
Which of us is most unhinged was related to a topic we had already talked about, which was which of us is the most cringe, which is also a topic that unfortunately did get scrapped due to problems.
I mean, kind of. We did discuss who was most cringe.
Yeah, we did.
I said we did.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Tanner's audio got wigged out during that episode, unfortunately, so we weren't able to talk about it. But we can, however, talk about who is the most unhinged.
Okay.
Yeah, gamer. Also, by the way, Dylan was voted most cringe. Gamers.
Okay.
Jackson, do you remember who was voted second most cringe? I don't actually remember who it was.
I literally only remember that Dylan was voted most cringe.
I'm pretty sure we voted.
That was the standout memory.
I don't even want to try anymore. I give up beyond this point.
I'm sorry. It wasn't.
It was between Jackson and Tanner. That's all I remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Tanner.
I
think we may have voted Tanner.
Yeah, I do remember that too. And then there was like the dumb argument of me liking anime being the big part of me being really cringe.
Yeah.
I think I remember Jackson being placed last, but I could be wrong.
I think I'm pretty base.
Yeah.
Right, Jackson is pretty big.
Anyway, so most
but
unhinged.
who is the most unhinged, boys?
What definition are we... somebody explain this to me. What is unhinged supposed to be?
Let's see here. Highly disturbed, unstable, or distraught.
Yeah, I think we can vote for Tanner on this one. I'll take second place, though. I don't want to be first place on two things. To be completely honest, that would be no good.
That does sound about right. I think that ranking does pan out quite well, I'd say.
Oh, who would be third then?
Jackson, who do you think it would be? Or you or I the most unhinged?
That's a very good question. I feel like we are very similar people with how we present ourselves in that way. So it's definitely just like personal things that we don't know about each other, I guess. That would decide it. Because I think public facing, we're very similar people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think myself, I'm relatively stable.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Nice.
So I don't know. That's if you think the same way about yourself or not.
I mean, like, I would say that I'm also a very stable person. I think my more eccentric qualities are ones that I am aware of and choose to keep.
That's the same for me, pretty much.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, we'll just go with me, I guess. Let's say fuck it, dude. You can be the least unhinged of amongst us, Jackson.
I was gonna say we could have a solid tie here.
I was gonna say solid tie, but I I was gonna say that to make you guys feel better. I was definitely gonna put Nico in third, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm going with. Me in third sounds about right.
There we go.
I definitely do question some of the things that I do, so it's totally valid to put me second. I'm sure if Tanner was here, he'd probably put me in first place. I could imagine. I could totally see myself in first place in this category, to be completely honest. But we'll leave. I choose to leave it the way that we have it now.
Yeah. Well, alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Unless you want to take a white privilege test, I think that we're about all set then for today.
I think I'd only get like a 50%, dude.
That'd be like another 30 minutes on this podcast.
Right?
I mean, to be complete... No, yeah. I'd be 50% on that.
The white privilege test is not like determining how white you are, Dylan.
But only 50% of me gets the privilege, so that's what really counts, right?
Is that how that works?
I don't know, probably not.
Honestly, I'd probably say that just because you appear white on first glance, I think you've got 100% white privilege. I think it's literally how that works. I don't think you looking... I think it's you looking a certain way is 100% what qualifies it.
I do think that how you look does definitely play a big part in your white privilege.
I'm not super white, though, either. Like, I'm definitely darker than most white people.
I legitimately can't fucking tell then.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're not gonna look at me and think that I'm black, but...
I'm taking your word for it.
Like, I'm pretty sure I'm darker than Nico.
Probably.
I literally don't think I've ever even considered that. I gotta see you guys, like, side by side now.
I mean, that's fine. It just means you don't see color. You're literally colorblind, Jackson, and it's okay.
Lamau.
That was another thing I was gonna suggest, but I figured we'd save the colorblind test for when all of us were here.
I mean, we can also just do the colorblind test now anyway.
I mean, we're pretty much at the end of it, though, right?
It depends. Let's see here. It should be fairly easy to do a colorblind test.
I don't know. I feel
Let's see here.
I mean, I guess find one really quick if we could do it. We're about like an hour, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Normally, I've noticed that like as we record, even when we're a little over an hour, we have quite a few episodes that are like several minutes under an hour.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's like, it's no biggie, dude. It's no biggie.
All right, well, let's do it then.
I think a quick little colorblindness test should be fine. It should be fine.
I'd like to see how I measure up to a person who's actually colorblind. Jackson, in case you have no backstory, I am convinced that I am at least slightly colorblind because I have had many of arguments with people about colors. And usually it's me being the one saying it's a different color. So
there you go, gamers. I supplied a link for you.
Okay, so look at the pictures below. Enter the numbers that you see in the corresponding boxes. Oh, bro, this is
fucking God.
How does this count?
Yeah, it's pretty easy, boys. You just look at each of these boxes and you just type the number that you see there.
I don't think I'm colorblind at this point.
I see one number.
Oh no.
You gotta be sure to type the number, boys. You gotta be sure to type it.
Even if I don't know.
Oh no. Wait, what number is that?
I mean, if you don't know, then I don't know, man.
I literally only see one clear number on all of these. I'm like fucking zooming in really far now.
Damn. 91%. Fuck. Where did I mess up on?
It tells you the answer right after you're done typing in it.
Yeah, but I'm just like I'm just speeding through them, dude.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I'm not actually colorblind. I got a 100%.
Damn.
How does this count as a colorblind test? I don't get it. I mean, I guess there's probably science behind it that I don't understand.
I mean, Jackson only sees one of the numbers.
I'm literally proving this. So I've guessed on 4 of them, and I've only gotten 1 right, and everything else I've gotten wrong. And then the rest of them, I literally just see a bunch of random fucking dots, and they mean nothing to me.
Oh no. I don't know about you guys, but I've always been curious to see what it looks like through like a person who has dyslexia or like colorblind, like see what they see, you know? I always figured that'd be a really interesting thing to see, because, they make the drunk goggles. I seriously don't think it...
I want to see the opposite. I want to see what the fuck you guys see. That shit sounds sick.
Man, colors? That'd be so cool.
I got 8.
I mean, Jackson...
I got 8%.
8%? Wait, hold on. How many questions
You're
are there?
really fucking colorblind, dude.
How many, 4, 8, 12...
I legitimately can only see one number clearly. I can see 12 clearly, and everything else is blurry as fuck. The ones to the right of 12, I could kind of make out discrepancies, but like not enough to like form something.
8.
And then the rest of them are just completely random.
Of what? 8%.
Got 1 out of 12.
0.08 times 12.
Yeah, it's literally just 1 out of 12.
Lamau.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, Jackson, they do make special glasses that allow you to see color if you're colorblind.
They do, but like in my head, I've always told myself that they're probably really expensive, so I've never considered getting them.
Let's check here really quick.
I mean, we'll see, Jackson. We'll see. We can get you those glasses and then make you put them on and record it and put it on Facebook for clout.
Yeah, see me fucking cry.
Yeah, exactly. You'll cry and then we'll get so many likes and shares, Jackson.
How much do colorblind glasses cost? Anywhere between $200 to $400. The average is about $269.
That's not terrible.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, it's like one CS:GO skin.
Hold on. Typically costs $200 to $450 or more. That's definitely different than what this one up here says. I'm just gonna go with the averages. It's about $269 is what it's looking like. This is the average here.
Nice.
Hey, if we all pitch in, we're paying like $80 for these bubbies.
Yeah. We can bring Jackson the gift of color, Dylan. Doesn't that sound great?
Yeah. Jackson, I must ask you, is it an insult to you to say that I play games with colorblind settings on?
I don't fucking care.
Okay, because I know that a lot of
You're appropriating his culture, Dylan.
I'm just saying that I know there's a lot of gamers that play with colorblind settings on, and it's because the different colors make it easier to like track and like play the game.
Yeah,
and it also adds cool colors.
Literally could not mean any less to me.
That's good. I'm glad you don't care. It makes me feel better about myself somehow.
Let's fucking go. I don't even play with that shit on. Unless it's like really, really hard for me to see in games. A lot of games just like are good enough to the point where like they're developed in a way that makes it easy for us to see regardless of having like a mode on. Like they choose contrasty colors already. So most of the time I don't even have to change settings.
But Jackson, you aren't experiencing Genshin Impact in its full glory. Don't you care enough about Genshin Impact to see it in its full glory?
They don't even have a colorblind assist in that game. So yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe I'm not seeing it.
Dylan's question to Jackson, though, about whether or not Jackson would care, is making me want to go on a very long rant about the deaf community, but I think I'll have to save that for another day. For now, Jackson, would you like to wrap things up for us here?
Guys, the episode is ending. This is totally insane.
Tell us about the Patreon.
I never
subscribe to our Patreon. We have a Patreon?
Oh yeah, we have a Patreon.
Yeah.
We do have a Patreon. I feel like you've questioned that so much.
I always ask you to mention the Patreon every time I ask you to close it.
And I always forget that we have a Patreon.
And topic for next Guapish, where is it here? Give me a second. How much of a memory problem do you have, and how bad is too bad? And next on Guapish, let's go.
I'm about to fucking fail 2 tests in 2 episodes here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.